Okay, so here's a funny story. I just did the question, but I forgot to hit record. So let's record it this time around. We're rolling, right? Okay, cool. Okay, anyway, so we want the equation of a tangent. We know the tangent is equal to y is equal to mx plus c, right? And that's the gradient. Now, using the axiom that we know of, that the gradient of the radius is perpendicular, or rather the product of the gradient and the radius, m radius multiplied by m tangent is equal to -1. That means that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, right? So let's see if we can find the gradient of the radius. Well, this particular circle, if I go 1 or 2 slides back, I can see that the circle had equation x minus 4 squared plus y plus 3. So x minus 4, y plus 3, and 68. Let me just list it over there. X minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to 68. Then from there I could determine that the center is going to be positive 4 and minus 3, whilst the radius is equal to the square root of 68. Okay, now if you take a circle, let's call this point P, right? Let's just call it point P, that point over there. Let's just call it P, right? I'm going to call that P. I'm going to write it over here that P has got coordinates 2 and 5. Now, if we take a circle, remember that P is a point on the circle, while C is the center. Now, if you join a line from C until P, you're going to get the radius. And with these 2 points, I can find the gradient of the radius. Right, let's use it over there. 5 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 4. That gives me a solution of 8 over minus 2, which is equal to minus 4. Now, this is not the gradient of the tangent. This is the gradient of the radius. Right? I'm interested in the gradient of the tangent. Well, you know that if two lines are perpendicular, they meet like so, right? Then the product of the gradients is -1. So if this one is negative, it means the other gradient must be positive, which I'm going to list over there. It's going to be positive, and it's going to be the reciprocal of 4, which is going to be 1 over 4. Now if I say 4 times a quarter, it gives me 1, and a minus times a positive gives me -1. So there's the gradient of my tangent, right? So I can say that is equal to y equals 1/4 times x plus c. Now I've still got unknown there. I've got x and y as unknown and c, but now you know that y is a function of x, so y and x must remain unknown when I actually have the full equation. So how do I find c? Well, I can just substitute in this point because this point is actually on that line. So let's do that over here. It's going to be 5 is equal to 1 over 4. That looks like a 9. 1 over 4, and the x is going to be 2 plus c. Well, this tells us that 2 times a quarter is a half, and so c plus a half must give me 5, and I can solve for that, and that just tells me that c is actually going to be 4.5. And that gives me an equation of the tangent. That says my equation of my tangent is what? Equation of my tangent is going to be y is equal to 1/4 x plus 4.5. Just make some space there. And that's the equation of my tangent. Right. Okay, and there we go. And that's how you find the equation of the tangent line.